السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Inshallah, we are continuing from where we stopped in the previous lesson. And if you can remember, we're looking at the exercises. Then we got to exercise number 10, as you can see. And then we stopped here. So inshallah, we are going to continue from that point, and then we will try to complete the lesson number 1 in this particular session. So let's just start without delaying, right? So the exercise, as you can see, says that تعمل المثالين ثم حول الأفعال في الجمل الآتية إلى أفعال منفية. So تعمل المثالين. They have given you 2 examples, as you can see here. They say تعمل. Observe how it is. Well, take note of that. Then ثم حول الأفعال. Then we change the fi'l, one of the verbs, في جمل الآتية, in the following sentences, إلى أفعال منفية, into verbs, negative verbs. When we say منفية, بمعنى negation, right? So they simply want you to negate the sentences that they have given us here. Okay, so as you can see, let me try to so as you can see here, for example, كتب أحمد الدرس. Ahmad wrote the lesson. But if you want to negate the sentence by saying that Ahmad didn't, okay, so that is what they are trying to do. So if you can remember, we look at adawatun nafi, okay, adawatun nafi, and one of them we looked at was the ma, okay. Now here, the second example is saying that yaktubu Ahmad ad-darsa. Ahmad is writing, bima'na fi'l mudari, right? It is occurring at the moment. So yaktubu Ahmad ad-darsa. Ahmad is writing the lesson. Now if you want to say Ahmad is not writing the lesson, then here is where you use the la. Now if you observe these 2 examples, they have a little bit of difference between them. This is something that is past, madi. So for example, Ketaba Ahmad ad-darsa, Ahmad wrote. That is something that occurred. Bimana is past. Now yaktubu Ahmad ad-darsa, Ahmad is writing. It is something that is occurring right now, right? So if you observe, when they are going to negate these 2 examples, or these 2, this is madi and this is modore, when they are trying to negate them, they use different adawat. They use different tools. Bimana, here, the first one you can see they use ma. Okay, the first one you can see they use ma. But when it got to the second one, they didn't use ma, but they used what? La. Okay, so what they are trying to teach us here is that when we are negating a verb which is madi, a past tense verb, we use ma. And when we are negating a present tense verb, we use la. I hope that is clear. Okay, let me give you an example. If I say that I didn't write, okay, I'll say ma katabtu. I didn't write. Okay, because I use ma because the verb that is past tense, ma katabtu, I didn't write, or I didn't wrote, right? How do you? Okay, now if I want to say I am not writing at the moment, I will not use ma. I will use what? La aktubu. I am not writing. La aktubu. I am not writing. So in simplicity, ma is used for negating past tense verbs, and la is used for negating present tense verbs. Okay, or future tense verb. It's the same. La is used for present or future, for negating present and future, but ma is used for negating past. So don't mix them. Don't confuse them. Don't try to use la when you are trying to negate. For example, you want to say I didn't go there. Okay, I didn't go. Then you say la zahabtu. That is not correct, right? So you say ma zahabtu. right? But if I'm saying I am not going, or Abiman at the moment, I would say what? La azhabu, right? Because the verb is modore, right? So that's the simple what he's trying to teach us here. So let's complete the remaining exercise. Ana ashrabu shaya, I am drinking tea. So if I want to say I am not drinking tea, that is the present tense, right? The verb is present tense, ashrabu, right? So I'll say what? Ana la ashrabu shaya. Okay. لعبنا قرة القدم اليوم. لعبنا, we played. That is past tense, right? We played. So if I want to negate it, I'll say ma la'ibna, we didn't play. Past tense. So I'll use ma. Ma la'ibna قرة القدم اليوم. أبي يذهب إلى السوق كل يوم. My father goes to the market every day. So this yazhabu is what? Is it a present tense verb or a past tense verb? It's a fi'l mudari, present tense verb, right? Okay, yazhabu. I'm talking about not in the context of the sentence, but just the verb alone, when it is standing alone. Yazhabu is a present tense verb. So use la. So Abi la yazhabu ila suqi kulla yawm. My father doesn't go to the souk, the market, every day. And I explained this concept, right? Why we say he goes but not going, right? I explained it in the previous lesson. So ukhti tadrusu bil jami'ati. Ukhti tadrusu bil jami'ati. So if I want to negate it, you see the verb tadrusu is present tense, right? So I'll say ukhti la tadrusu bil jami'ati. Okay, so it's very simple. When the verb is mudore, put la. When the verb is past tense, put ma instead of la. Now, ahafizti Surat al-Naba, ya Maryam. Have you memorized, or did you memorize Surah al-Naba, or Maryam? Okay. So this is past tense, right? Hafizah. Hafizti. Okay. This is istifham. Hamzatul istifham. So don't let it be like this. So this is past tense. So you say ma hafiztu Surat al-Naba. I didn't memorize Surah al-Naba, right? So that is it. So now let's continue from the 11th exercise. They say that تعمل الأمثلة ثم أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا حرف الاستقبال. حرف الاستقبال. Now, when we say حرف الاستقبال, I think we have to talk about it. Previously, we have talked about it. Even in the grammar lessons that we did previously, after the completing the book 1, we talk about in those grammar lessons we talk about harful istifham, istiqbal. When we say istiqbal, it means future. Istiqbal means future. So when we say harful istiqbal, it is something that is added to a verb to make the verb be in the future. Okay, for example, in English we have will. Okay, will. If I say I will go, when I add the will, it makes the go be in the future, right? Okay, I will write. I am here to write. So when they adding the will, the word will, it makes the verb to be in the future, to be like I'm going to do it in the future. So that particular word in Arabic we call it harful istifham. Okay, harful istifham is also something we use when it is added to a verb. The verb now becomes in the future. It now turns to a future verb. So let me give you an example. So observe something. If I see this yazhabu, you see yazhabu. Okay, should I put the vowels on them? Okay, let me put, but inshallah we will stop putting the vowels because by now we should be able to read without the vowels. So you see yazhabu here, as you can see on the screen. Yazhabu means he is going. But if I want to say he will go in the future, so what I will do is that I'm going to add something to it, and that is what we call the harful istiqbal. Okay, in Arabic language there are two. Okay, for now at this our stage we need to know two. and one of them is sin. Okay, sin. And then the second is Saufa. Saufa. We have talked about this before, but we are just revising it. Okay, so we add the sin or Saufa. I hope you have seen Saufa. Even when you are reading the Quran, you have seen it. Okay. Saufa yu'tillahu al-mu'minina ajran azim. So Saufa. Now I can say, if I want to say yazhabu, okay, I can say sayazhabu, he will go. I'll just add the sin, the first one, sin. Or I should type it. Okay, let me type it. That would be nice. Okay, so please observe. Okay, so just sin like this, or so far. Okay, so far. Okay, I want to distinguish it for you. So those two are what we need to know for now. Okay, so this two is what we use. So I can either say that sayazhabu, which will mean he will go. So when I turn it, this is just present tense. Yazhabu, he is going. But if I add it, he will go. The same way if I say Saufa yazhabu, it will mean he will go. He will go. Even though they have a little bit of difference, but they are both used to turn the verb to future tense verb. I hope that is clear. Okay, but in this particular lesson, our focus is on this sin that we call it sin al-mustaqbaliyya. Okay, sin al-mustaqbaliyya, that is what we call it. Okay, so that is what we are looking at in this particular. So what I will just simply do is to come here and then add the sin there. Okay, which will now be sayazhabu. Sayazhabu, he will go. Okay. Okay. Now let's look at, so as we have now seen it, let's return to our exercise here. Okay, so the exercise is saying that we should try to answer. They are asking questions. Okay, ثم أجب عن الأسئلة الآتية مستعملا حرف الاستقبال. نعم استقبال. So answer the questions. أجب عن الأسئلة. Answer the questions. So here we have questions. Answer them by using future tense verbs. Okay, answer them by. They have given an example. Let's look at the example. We'll understand very well what they want. سيرجع المدير غدا. So you see the scene. The verb is initially يرجع, he is returning. But if I say سيرجع, he will return. Okay, he will return. So سيرجع المدير, the mudir, the principal or the headmaster. سيرجع, he will return غدا, tomorrow. Okay. سأذهب إلى مكة بعد أسبوع. سأذهب, I will go. إلى مكة بعد أسبوع, to Makkah after, بمعنى after a week. إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله. أذهب إلى الملعب كل مساء. I go to the mal'ab, the playground. It could be the stadium or whatever, where to play. كل مساء, every evening. Okay, every evening. سأذهب هذا المساء, I will go this evening. So you see, سأذهب, I will go هذا المساء, this evening. إلى مكتبتي, to the library. متى يرجع أبوك من بغداد. متى يرجع أبوك من بغداد. When is your father returning? من Baghdad, from Baghdad. Okay, we have seen the capital. Baghdad is the capital of what? Iraq, right? Ya Ali, oh Ali. Then he says that Sayarjo, he will return. So this is Asima to Iraq, right? Sayarjo ba'da usbu'in, he will return after a week. So you see this scene again. So that's what we are talking about in this lesson. Let me try to point them out. So this is it. This one. Okay. Then this one's azhabu, right? I will go. So azhabu. Okay. أين تذهب هذا المساء? When أين تذهب هذا المساء? Where will you go this evening? Now let me try to clarify something. It is not important. I'm saying it's not important. It is not mandatory. Okay, it is not wajib that those two articles, the sin and then the sawfa, they should be attached to a verb before the verb can now mean that it is in the future. I hope that is clear. The verb can still be standing alone, but it will still mean future. I hope that is clear. The verb can be standing alone, but it will still mean future. So it is not mandatory, it is not wajib that the sin should always be there. So don't see the verb standing. For example, you ask me, I'm preparing to go out there. You ask me, Aina tazhab, and I say, Ana azhabu ila al-madrasati. Ana azhabu ila al-madrasa. I am going to madrasa. So at that moment, okay, I said, Ana azhabu. What does azhabu mean? I am going. It's as if I'm doing it right now, but I'm not still in the process. I'm still preparing to leave, but I just told you that I am going. But it doesn't mean physically I am walking, going there. I hope that you understand what I'm saying. Even in English, sometimes you say, I am coming, but you are still sitting there. It doesn't really mean, it means you are yet to do it. So sometimes it's not, you don't really say I will come, but you just say I am coming. But you mean that you will do it after some time, like at that particular time you are not physically walking in the process, but you mean you will do it in the future, but still you use a present tense verb. So that's what I'm saying here. Sometimes someone will just say you ask someone, I just meet a friend, or someone is trying to go out, like I just give you an example, preparing to go, and you ask him, I'm going to the hospital. Okay, so he using Ana azhabu, I am going. At that moment he's not going, he's still preparing, but he didn't say azhabu, I will go. I hope that is clear. So don't let, sometimes the verb can be standing alone without the sin or the sawfa, but will still mean that the verb is past, is in the future verb. Okay, so sometimes they are used interchangeable, present tense and then future. In Arabic, sometimes they just use them interchangeable. So don't let it confuse you. It depends on the context of the sentence. That will let you really understand. Okay. So like here, like this one. Aina tazhabu haza al-masa. Aina tazhabu haza al-masa. Assuming someone asks you, where are you going this evening? Okay. That is what, literally, that's what the sentence means. Aina tazhabu haza al-masa. So it can mean two things. It can mean, where are you going this evening? Bimana, it is already evening and the person is going. And you are asking, where are you going this evening? Bimana, at this particular time, like at this, assuming maybe he's not supposed to go out in the evening, but the person is going out at the evening. So you ask me, Aina tazhabu haza al-masa. Why are you going bimana in this evening? Or it is not yet evening time. Assuming it is in the morning, then you ask him, where will you be going this evening? I hope that is clear. But still, they still use tazhabu. He didn't use Aina satazhabu haza al-masa. Where will you be going this evening? But he just said Aina tazhabu haza al-masa. So it will best be understood if the time is not evening yet. So if it is not evening yet, assuming it is in the morning, and someone asks you, Aina tazhabu haza al-masa, where are you going this evening? It means, where will you be going? Even though he used, where are you going? As if you are in the process. I hope that is clear. So, present tense verb and then future in Arabic, sometimes it is used interchangeable. As I said, sometimes we just add the same to prevent confusion, but sometimes even if they don't add it, know that it is still, I mean, the context will tell you that it is future tense. So متى تكتب الرسالة? When are you writing the letter? إلى أمك يا يونس. When are you writing the letter to your mother? So you can answer by saying سأكتب. We are supposed to answer, so you can answer any answer that suits it. Okay, so you can say سأكتب الرسالة إلى أمي إن شاء الله بعد شهر. Okay, after a month. So متى تغسل السيارة يا ولد? When will you wash the car? So you see here, he didn't use متى ستغسل. When will you? But he still understood. Even if he had used the sin, it would have been correct. But even if you don't use it, it is still correct. متى تغسل? When are you washing the car? Or when will you be washing the car? They are both correct. Okay, so adding the sin here or not adding it still means future. When will you do it in the future? Okay, so you can say سأغسل سيارة إن شاء الله بعد صلاة الظهر. Okay, after Zuhr prayers. So متى تذهب إلى الحلاق يا هشام? When will you go to the حلاق? ما معنى حلاق? What is the meaning of حلاق? حلاق is this one. You can see this particular man. Okay, so that's the halak, the barber. Okay, when you go and then you barber your hair. Okay, that's the halak. So when will you go to the halak, ya Hisham? So you can just put your answer there. Okay, سأذهب, but it has to be سأذهب. Okay, سأذهب إلى الحلاق بعد 5 دقائق. Okay, after 5 minutes. Inshallah, after 5 minutes. So في أي محطة تنزل يا سيدي? في أي محطة? In which محطة? محطة means what? The station, right? So he's asking that in which station? في أي محطة تنزل? Will you get down? Or will you descend? يا سيدي, oh my master. Oh sir. Okay. So I will say Mahato, we have seen Mahato a lot of times. It just means the station. Okay, a station. Okay, so for example, we usually say that Mahato to Benzine, the petrol station. Okay, or Mahato to station. So he's asking him, so you can say that Sa'anzilu. So he's saying fi ayi, in which. So he wants him to specify. So I can say that سأنزل في محطة القادمة. Okay, سأنزل في محطة القادمة. Okay, so اقرأ المثالين ثم اكتب مصادر الأفعال الآتية على جرارهما. Now, what they are trying to explain here is masdar. I think in the previous lesson we introduced masdar. Right, masdar. The masdar, as we said, is the verbal noun. Okay, verbal noun. So for example, we see, for example, like here, dakhala, he entered. Yadkhulu, he is entering. But if I want a noun for the verb, the noun is what? Entry. Okay, entry, like dukhul. So you see dukhul, entry or entering. I hope that is clear. So that's what we term as the masdar, the verbal noun. So that's what they want to teach us here. Okay, so observe, please observe. In this particular lesson, what happens is that masdar come on several awzan, okay, on several scales. But in this particular lesson, we are learning one scale of it, okay, and that scale is for all. Okay, let me write it. Assuming you have the verb, okay, fa'ala. Okay, now the masdar is going to be based on this particular lesson. The masdar we are learning, the masadir we are learning, is coming on the scales of fu'ulun. Okay, this way. Fu'ulun. I hope that is clear. So if you have a verb like this, whether fa'ala or fa'ila or fa'ala, right? Fa'ala. Okay. Okay. I want to distinguish it. Okay. So I hope you can see, please. Right? So this is it. So if you have a verb like this, fa'ala, the masdar is going to be fu'ulun. I'm talking about the verbs we have learned so far. As I said, there are different awzans. There are several skills, different skills. But the skill we are learning is on the scale of fu'ulun. Ala wazni fu'ulun. So if I have said, let's say dakhala, okay, it's just like fa'ala. So dakhala, he entered. Yadkhulu, he is entering. The masdar is going to be what? Dukhulun. You see, Dhamma, Sukun, Dhammatain. Dhamma, Sukun, Dhammatain. That's what I'm talking about. It's going to be on this pattern. So, like fu'ulun, this one will be dukhulun, entry, the noun form of the verb. So, rakiba, he rode. Yarkabu, he is riding. Rukubun, you see on this pattern. Rukubun, you see. So that's what I'm seeing. Okay, rukubun, riding. So jalasa, he sat. Yajlisu, he is sitting. Julusun, sitting. Okay, sitting. So it's a noun. Sitting is a noun. The word sitting is a noun. So I can say I don't like sitting. I hope that is clear. So that is a verb. A noun. Sitting is a noun. So, and we call it verbal noun in English. In Arabic, we say masdar. Nazala, he descended. Yanzilu, he is descending. Nuzulun, so you see nuzulun on that pattern. So nuzul. Kharaja, he left. Yakhruju, he is leaving or he went out. Khurujun, living. I hope that is clear. Sajada, he prostrated. Yazdudu, he is prostrated. Sujudun, so you see in Salat we say sujudun, prostration. I hope that is clear. So that's the noun for rakiba, raka'a, he bowed. Yarka'u, he is bowing. Ruku'un, just take the verb and put it on this scale. Ruku'un, I hope that is clear. Bowing. Sa'ada, this one is sa'ida, they have written sa'ida. Okay. Sa'ida is to climb. Okay, to climb or skill. In English, there's another word. I think skill. So, for example, when someone skill on a wall. Okay, you see, su'ud al-jidar. Okay. So, Sa'ida, he climbed or he skilled. Yas'adu, he is climbing. Okay. Su'udun, climbing. Okay. So I hope you have understood. Okay, so far the verbs we have learned, those are the awzan in which they come. Inshallah, later on we'll look at a broader view of the masadir, the other awzan of the masadir, inshallah. So ikra il-jumal al-atiya wa ayyin al-masadir al-waridata fiha. So ikra il-jumal al-atiya, read the following sentences, wa ayyin, and distinguish. Bimana, distinguish out. In these particular sentences, they are masadir, they are masdar. Okay, that are inside them, just what we have looked. So try to distinguish them out. Bimana, whether you are going to underline them, any way you are going to do to pull them out, that's what they want. Wa ayyin al-masadir, the masadir al-warida that are present fiha in them. Okay. So let's look at it. Let's begin the first one. So we are going to highlight. I am going to highlight what any masdar we see that we come across. I'll highlight it, inshallah. So لهذه الحافلة, for this bus. Okay, لهذه الحافلة, for this bus. Babani, two doors. It's just babun, a single door. You add alif wa nun. Babani, two doors. So this car has two doors. Hazali dukhul, this one for entry. You see, dukhul for entry. You can see the lam at the beginning. Okay, lam, this is half rajah, right? and this one is a majrur. So haza li, this one for dukhulin. So here should have dhamma. I'm saying dhamma. This one is supposed to be majrur, so it should take kasra. Okay, dukhulin haza li dukhuli, it should be singular because there is already alif wa lam. You can see the lam at the beginning here. This one, so it's definite. Okay, there is a lam here, alif wa lam. So li dukhuli, because it's a noun, it can be majrur. Okay, it can be majrur, so it can take fatha kasra dhamma. I hope that is clear. Okay, so haza li dukhul, this one for entry. Wazaka, and that one. Okay, wazaka, and that one. Lil khuruji, for living. For living. So kharaja is from kharaja, khuruj, living, the noun form of it. So you can see it is also having kasra, lil khuruji, because it's a noun, it can take fatha kasra dhamma. Okay, so now let me highlight, right? Let's highlight which one is which one. This is masdar, right? The whole, then khuruj here. So we have ayin, we have done ta'yin, distinguishing, we have distinguished them out of the sentence, right? Okay, now let's continue. So the second one, mata rajulu ba'da ruju'ihi min al-hajj. MashaAllah. Mata rajulu, the man died. Ba'da ruju'ihi, after his returning. Raja, he returned. Ruju'un, returning. But you can see there is a domirul muttasil here at the end. You can see it here, the ha. Ruju'ihi, his returning. I hope that is clear. So if I want to say my returning, I'll say ruju'i. I'll just add the ya at the end. But if I want to say you're returning, ruju'ika. Okay, ruju'uka, you're returning. So if I want to say I will go after your returning, after you return, I'll say sa'azhabu ba'da ruju'ika. I'll go after your returning. So you can add a domir to it. It's just a noun. Whatever we do to a noun, we can do to it. You can attach a domir to it. When there is a harf jar, it will take kasra. All what we have seen, it can happen to it. Okay. So ba'da ruju'ihi min al-hajj, after his returning from hajj. The man died after his returning from hajj. So yadkhulu. So let's distinguish it. Where is it? Mata rajul ba'da ruju'i. So this is the masdar, right? So yadkhulu tullabul fasla. The students enters the classroom. Qabla dukhul al-mudarrisi, after the entry or after the entering of the mudarris. Bi khamsi daqa'iq, by 5 minutes. So when the teacher enters, okay, after 5 minutes the students will also enter. So that's what it is. Yadkhulu tullabul fasla. Sorry, qabla, before. Okay, before. So when the teacher is, they will enter, the students will enter the class. Then 5 minutes later the teacher will come. The teacher will enter. Okay. So before the entry of the teacher by 5 minutes, that's what they see. وَيَخْرُجُونَ بَعْدَ خُرُوجِهِ وَيَخْرُجُونَ, and they goes out. They goes out. بَعْدَ خُرُوجِهِ, after he's leaving or after he's going out. Okay. So let's point them out. The masodin. So this is masdar. Okay. قبل دخول المدرس, after the entry of the teacher. وَيَخْرُجُونَ بَعْدَ خُرُوجِهِ, right? The third one, قَالَ لَنَا الطَّبِيبُ. Okay, the doctor said to us, قَالَ لَنَا الطَّبِيبُ, the doctor said to us, الْجُلُوسُ هُنَا مَعَ الْمَرِيدِ مَمْنُوعُ. الْجُلُوسُ هُنَا, sitting here. الْجُلُوسُ هُنَا, sitting here. مَعَ الْمَرِيدِ, with the patient. The marid is a patient. Mamnu'un is prohibited. So there is a particular lane. Okay, patients are sitting there. You can't go and sit there. So that's what he said. So the doctor told them that Julus huna mamnu. Bimana Julus huna marid. Mamnu, sitting here with the sick person is prohibited. We have seen mamnu, okay, several times. Even we have learned something now, the concept of mamnu or surf. Okay, you can't do surf to it. Surf is prohibited. So when we say mamnu, it means prohibited. Okay. So like we just saw the the station. If you go to certain petrol stations, mahattatul benzin, So in some of the Arab lands, okay, they will write that mamnu'u tadkhil. Okay, mamnu'u tadkhil. Smoking is prohibited here. So you see it written, mamnu'u tadkhil, prohibition of smoking. So even all places where civilians are not allowed to enter, maybe a military encampment or whatever, there are some certain places where movement is restricted. You see they will write that mamnu'u dukhul, entry is prohibited here. Mamnu'u dukhul, bimana you are not supposed to enter there as a civilian. Okay, so that's just what we mean by mamnu. Mamnu means prohibited. Okay, so now let's continue. So al-julus huna, so let's highlight it. This one is it. Al-julus is the masdar. Mamnu is not a masdar. Okay, sorry. Yes, mamnu is not a masdar. Mamnu is not a masdar. Mamnu, I think it should be ism maf'ul. Yes, it's an ism maf'ul. Inshallah, later on we'll look at ism maf'ul. Okay, it's in grammar is an ism maf'ul. Okay, as-su'udu ala al-jibali. Sorry, as-su'udu ala al-jabali su'abun wan-nuzulu minhu sahlun. As-su'udu ala al-jabal. This one is from sa'ada or sa'ida, to climb. Okay, he climbed. So su'ud, climbing, ala al-jabal, okay, on a mountain. Su'abun is difficult, of course. Wan nuzulu minhu sahlun, and descending is easy. When you are descending, you will be running, okay, automatically. So that is it. Okay. Uhibbu rukub al-khayli. Uhibbu, I love rukub al-khayl, riding. Rukub is riding. Rakaba, he rode. Rukub, riding. Khayl is the horse. It's just another name for horse. Okay. Now let me point in the previous example we didn't point it out. Okay. This is the masdar, right? This is the masdar. Su'ud, climbing. When nuzul is descending. Okay. Nuzul is descending. So when you hear nuzul al-Quran, the ascension of the Quran, I'm saying ascension, the descension of the Quran, the coming down of the Quran. Okay, the coming down of the Quran. Mostly you hear this term a lot. Okay, uhibbu rukuba. We have to look at this one. Let me point out the master here. Rukub is the master here. Now this one, qala Hamidun li ibnihi Yasir. Hamid said to his son Yasir, سأذهب إلى السوق بعد رجوعك من المدرسة. I'll go to the souk, I'll go to the souk, the market. بعد رجوعك, after your returning from school. Okay, now تأمل الأمثلة, the 14th exercise. تأمل الأمثلة ثم أجب عن الأسئلة مستعملا أما. Okay, we are supposed to use amma to answer the questions. The first one is Aina taskununa, but they have said ta'amila amsila, so they have given one example here. So we'll look at the example, then we'll answer the remaining, we'll complete the remaining exercises by using amma. So look at this example for how they have done it. Aina taskununa, where are you staying? Remember, they are plural, masculine. You are talking to them. Aina taskununa, where are you staying? Then he answers by saying that ihwati yaskununa fi mahaji al-jami'ati. Ihwati, my brothers, yaskununa, they are staying fi mahaji al-jami'ati. Mahaji is a plural of what? Mahja'un, a hostel. Okay, a hostel. Mahaji, the hostels. Fi mahaji al-jami'a, in the hostels of the jami'a. Amma ana fa askunu ma'a qaribin li. As for me, we have already explained amma. Amma comes to mean as for me. Not as for me. As for. Just the statement as for. As we are going to talk about several people, then you begin. As for the first, he is so and so. As for the second, he is so and so. That's what them as amma. Okay. Example is even in the Quran, it comes a lot. So for example, Allah says, فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ, or فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. a lot of examples you can count them. فَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ كِتَابَهُ, or فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. Then another person, that's for those who are righteous. Now Allah come to talk about those who are not righteous. Then Allah says, وَأَمَّا مَنْ أُوتِيَ وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ. You can see. Now, so that is it. When you are going to talk about different groups of people, so you now say, فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. As for the one whose scales are heavy, I hope you see, فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. You see, then that's, so it is in Arabic, we call it a harful tafsil. Okay, what tawkid. Harful tafsil. When we say tafsil, bimana separation. Separation. There are two groups. Allah, those who are righteous and those who are not righteous. Allah didn't ask for those who are righteous. So Allah separated them. As for them, this is their case. Now those who are not righteous, those whose scales are light on the day of judgment, then this is going to be their condition. So separation, we call it harful tafsil, wa tawkid, and emphasis. Okay. So let's continue. So that is it. So now let's do it. Atariful Englishiyata. Do you know English? English language. Well, Faransiyata. Jayidan ya Hamid. Do you know English and France language? French. Very well. Oh, Hamid. Now look at what Hamid say. Ammal Englishiyatu. As for English language, fa'arifuha jayidan. I know it very well. So he's trying to say the first one, like in English language, as for English, wa ammal faransiyatu, and as for French, fadarastuha qabla sanawatin. I studied it years ago. Qabla sanawatin. Sanawat is the plural of sana. Okay, sanatun, a year. Sanawat, this is jam'u muannath salim. I hope you have not forgotten. So qabla sanawatin, years ago. Walakinni nasituha al-an. But nasituha, I forgot it. Al-an, now. As for now, I've forgotten it. So look at something. There is something that you have to observe. When it comes, okay, when that statement comes, okay, where is it? Where is the amma? It is here. Amma, when it comes, and you are going to, it mostly goes with fa. In the last lesson, I said it. It mostly goes with fa. Okay, like here again, you see, amma, then fa. As for this, then this, you see, amma al-Englishiyya, fa'arifuha. As for English, then I know it. Okay, as for English, I know it. So mostly it goes with the fa, the harful fa. I hope that is clear. Even in the Quran, like the example I just gave you, if you look at it, the same thing. Okay, فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Then the next one is what? فَهُوَ. So you can see the fa. فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ. Now the next one. وَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ. Then what do you see? فَأُمُّهُ. So you see the fa at the beginning. So that's what I'm saying. It mostly go with the fa. Okay. So بكم هذا الكتاب وهذه المجلة. Became hazi, we have seen the statement became means what? How much, right? So how much is this book? Wa hazihi al-majallatu, and this newspaper. So they answer by saying amma al-kitabu fa huwa bi asharati riyalatin. It is for 10 riyals. Wa amma al-majallatu fa hiya bi salasati riyalatin. It is for 3 riyals. Okay. Now, أين المستشفى وأين مكتب البريد? So they now want us to answer the 3 questions. أين المستشفى? Where is the mustashfa, the hospital? وأين مكتب البريد? And where is the post office? So let's answer. So we'll say that, we'll begin by saying that أما المستشفى, as for the hospital, فهو أمام ذاك المسجد. Okay, it is in front of that masjid. I hope that is clear. And then this one. Now we now see wa ammal. Okay, wa amma maktabul barid. I hope that is clear. Wa amma maktabul barid fahuwa qaribun min as-suqi. I hope that is clear. So that's the answer. Now the next one. في أي كلية يدرس حامد وعثمان. Okay, so we are going to see that أما حامد okay فيدرس في كلية التجارة وأما عثمان فيدرس في كلية الطب. It's very easy. أين ذهب أبوك وأخوك? So I'll answer by saying أما أبي فذهب إلى المستوصف. He went to مستوصف is the clinic. مستوصفي is the clinic. Okay. وأما أخي فذهب إلى الصيدلية. He has went to the صيدلية. صيدلية is a pharmacy. Okay, the pharmacy. A pharmacy place where they sell medicine, and there's the pharmacy we know. So تأملوا الأمثلة الآتية. Okay. جاء أخي من مكة. جاء أخ لي من مكة. So there are two things here. One is أخي, and then the other is أخ لي. That's the two things they want to teach us. Okay. You can see here صديقي صديق لي قريبي قريب لي. Okay, so we see أخي جاء أخي, my friend came من مكة, from Makkah. Then جاء أخ لي من مكة, a friend of mine. So when we say أخي, it means my friend. But if I say أخ لي, a friend of mine, the same way if I say صديقي, it means my friend. صديق لي, a friend of mine. قريبي, my relative. قريب لي, a relative of mine. Okay. So what's the difference? We just use them. But akhi, it means my friend. We are talking about, it is specific. Okay. It is specific. It is ma'rifah. But when you say akhul li, you can see, okay, on top of the akhul, you can see tanween. Right? You can see tanween. Same way here, you can see tanween. Okay, so what's the difference? What does the tanween signifies? The tanween is what? An indefinite article, right? So it means when I say a friend of mine, it is not definite. That's just the difference. Akhi means I'm specific. I'm talking about a particular friend. Akhuli, it is not specific. That's just it. Okay, so that's the difference. Now al-kalimatul jadida. Gradually we have came to the ending. So kalimatul jadida. Darasa, he studied. Yadrusu, he is studying. Nazala, he descended. Yanzilu, he is descending. Arafa, he knew. Ya'rifu, he is knowing. Qaribun, a relative. Qaribun, when it is used as an adjective, it means close. I hope that is clear. But when we see qaribun as a noun, what did I say in the first? I say let me repeat. Okay, when it is used as an adjective, okay, it means what? Close. Okay, but when it's used as a noun, mostly it will mean a relative. Qaribun, a relative. In the same way, your relative are just close to you, very close to you, like your neighbor. I'm saying your neighbor. Your relatives are very close to you. They are one of the closest people to you. So of course, the words they share similar meaning, right? So qaribun, close, but qaribun, a relative also. Akriba'u, relatives. Okay, another word is aqarib. Okay. Mahattatun, mahatta is the station. Mahattat, stations. Halakun is the baba. Halakuna is the babes. Aruzun, rice. Sakana, he stays. Yaskunu, he staying. Bahasa, he search. Yabahasu, he is searching. Okay. Mata, he died. Yamutu, he is dying. Unwanun. What is unwan? one is the address. And awin, addresses. Saub, shirt, siyab. Okay. Saub is cloth. Siyab is a plural. Mustawsaf. Mustawsafun is a clinic. Okay. Qadimun. Qadimun is bimana coming. In Arabic we call it ism fa'il. Okay. When something that is coming, so for example, if I say usbu'ul qadim, the coming week, bimana next week. Okay. I hope this is clear. Shakara, he thanked. Yashkuru, he is thanking. Sa'ida, he climbed. Yas'adu, he is climbing. Nasitu, I forgot. Okay. Nasiya means he forgot. Nasitu, I forgot. Okay. So, okay. Bitaqatun. What is bitaqatun? Bitaqatun is a card. Bitaqatun, cars, the plural. Risalatun is a letter. Risail, letters. Soidaliyatun is the pharmacy. Khaylun is the horse. Khuyul is a plural. Okay. So inshallah, with this we have come to the end of the lesson number 1. Inshallah, we'll continue in the next lesson. Of course, for those who are using the 3-pass series, the edition that has 3 books, then this is just the lesson number 11 for them of the book 2. Okay, but for those who are using the 6 books, this is the first lesson of the completion of the first lesson of the book number 4, right? So anyway, alhamdulillah, Jazakum Allahu Khairan. Please, if there's any concern, inshallah, you can contact us. Jazakum Allahu Khairan wa barakallahu li wa lakum fi Qur'an al-Hakim wa nafa'ani wa iyyakum bil ayati wa zikri al-Hakim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.